I see Matthew Rule. Missed call. I said, what in the world? It's God. Hey, it's me. Are you playing?
Hey, Cam. Good to see you again. I'm just wondering if you can start by taking us through your emotions of the week, starting with the call from Matt on Tuesday, all the way to kind of walking onto the practice field today.
Ooh, how much time we got? Yeah, honestly, I'm still floating, but I feel like I'm gonna say this a lot. It's not about me, and it's about being an additional piece to this team, and that's where I plan on keeping it.
Cam, it's good to see you again. Welcome back. What in your mind do you have to prove, or does the team have to prove? And I guess basically, why did you come back to this squad, this franchise?
Because when you thought about the question and you asked yourself personally, what are you looking to in a team? One of them, not in no particular order, is are they a contender? Right. Number two is, what's the chances? Do you have a realistic opportunity to be so late in the season to compete? And number three, what's the skill set around so you can show your talents as well? And check. And it was a no-brainer. And obviously there's the added dimension where the familiarity here. But, once again, I get to the point of everybody wants to make it about, Cam's back, this, that, and the third. It's really not. It's really, look, you know where I'm here. And this ain't for no ploy. This ain't for no ticket sales. This ain't for no, Cinderella story. It's to win football games. And that's pretty much what's on my heart. And that's how I'm going about it.
What's up, Cam? Jonathan Alexander, Child Observer. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm curious, during the time that you weren't with the Patriots until now, did you pay much attention to the Panthers and what was happening? And if so, what was your impression? And if not, I got another question for you.
No, I didn't, to be honest with you. I didn't pay attention to nobody. I think throughout this time it has been therapeutic to my overall growth as a person. And, just me realizing that, I have to start really maximizing each and every opportunity in my life. Not from a financial standpoint, not from a concern standpoint of things that, any other person may have to worry about. It was more or less about what are the real routines that I can start putting myself on, because for so long in my life, I was always given an agenda. Like, prime example, we got a team meeting tomorrow at a certain time. We're leaving at a certain time. We're doing this at a certain time. Dinner's a certain time. Lunch is a certain time. When you're home, it's no reminder, So for that, I just had to insert discipline in my life. No different than any other thing any of you guys, have to deal with too. So that's pretty much it. As far as me being still connected to the game, outside of working out, I was a full-time dad, and was looking forward to it. And I was a full-time fitness fiend, and was looking forward to that too. So,
Cam, speaking of being a fitness fiend, how would you describe where you are physically right now? Are you ready to play another 7-8 games this year, and how quickly do you think you can make a contribution here?
It's always mental that you think like you can conquer and do anything, but you actually won't know until you actually are in that situation. There's an old saying, stay ready so you won't have to get ready. And safe to say I've been staying pretty ready. But it's still a process though, being away from the game for as long as I have, realistically, of course, everybody wants to say, oh, man, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. I think my biggest impact that I want to kind of drive and I want to be driven home is accountability. You know, I'm holding myself accountable to make sure that I do anything Coach Rule asks of me, as well as, Coach Joe, and making sure that if they can trust me being a trusted teammate, then I can hold everybody else accountable, from PJ to, Matt to, even Sam for that particular matter. It can easily get confused why, and I can see how, but I can promise you that, my mental going into this type of situation is bring, the pride back to Carolina in ways that I know how and others know how too. It's just making sure that we maximize each and every day.
Cam, good to see you. Been a while.
Yes, sir.
I know Matt said he called you Tuesday night, I think it was. Was there anything you wanted to hear from him about kind of the way things kind of went down 20 months ago, and or kind of the direction and his vision for how he wanted to use you moving forward?
Nice to hear from you, Mr. Persons. I think you've heard this answer a lot, but it's irrelevant. Like, when it comes down to why I'm here now, it's already, late in the week, and I'm already behind. So we had an unbelievable conversation. He told me what his expectations is. I will not share for obvious reasons. And it's my job to execute what those expectations is. Were there disconnect in the past? It's irrelevant. The fact that we're able to make what may seem a lot of wrongs or some wrongs right, that's the most exciting thing about it. And to hell with feelings, it would be the biggest right and wrong by just winning football games. And that's what it pretty much comes down to.
Amy talked about getting here late in the week. How similar or different is this offense to ones you've run in the past? And kind of what was today about spending a lot of time with your position coach, Sean Ryan?
Yeah, it was getting into the groove of things. This is a whole different system, from the practice style to by just winning football games. Everything that comes with, the game of football. So it doesn't matter how many years you've been playing in the NFL, differences are what differences are. And, from going over simplistic things as formations, going over simplistic things of what's the next period, going over simplistic things as, who's that person, in the huddle next to you. So it's a lot of things that I got to get fast-tracked on, and I'm looking forward to the process.
Hi, Cam. Sheena Quick here. A lot of the questions I had have already been asked, but part of what was such a huge part of who you were in Charlotte is your community work. A lot of the fans, I know it's only been a day, things are still marinating, but can they expect Santa Cam and the Thanksgiving work that they've become so familiar with during your time here in Charlotte?
Man, I see that you jumping out just like your last name, Quick, huh? So my cuppeth runneth over right now, Miss Quick. Trust and believe that, all my energy and everything that I'm focused on right now is making sure that the reason why I'm here in Carolina is the number one, to perform, and then philanthropy will follow. I can promise you that.
Hey, Cam, David Newton here. Just welcome back to Charlotte. Good to see you. Looking good, by the way.
Appreciate it.
I'm curious, how has being with another organization the past couple of years changed you as a player and a person? And I've got a follow-up to that.
I mean, words can't even explain. Let's state the obvious. I'd be a fool not to have taken the things that I've learned at other organizations and apply it to what needs to be done here, and also learning a whole nother situation. Coach Rule talked about, what the brand is, and I have to buy in. I want to buy in. I'm going to buy in and get others to buy in, and that's pretty much what it comes down to.
What's the one thing you've seen from fans or whatever that's let you know they're happy to see you back?
My head has been so far into a playbook that, I mean, I know the buzz is going on. And if you follow me, you know that I'm off of social media. So it's not like I can follow it. And I think that's a good thing for me now because it'd be distracting. And I just want everybody to know, who's a part of, the Panther Nation, and I receive it. But this ain't no parade. Like, let's get to work. You know what I mean? And I'm wasting too much time talking to the David Newtons of the world, the Scott Fowlers of the world, the Joe Persons of the world, my favorites. And it's really an opportunity for me to get better, like I say. So, I mean, I'm excited to be back. I want it to be back. And for me to be in a position like this that has so many obviouses, it makes sense.
I'm wondering just your overall thoughts on this roster. When you look at it, things have changed since you left, of course. So what made you think this is a winning situation? What convinced you?
Well, it really comes down to everybody living up to, the best version of themselves. And a lot of that comes with leadership. A lot of that comes with accountability. A lot of that comes with just want to. So a little bit of both, a little bit of all three, a little bit of just one. That's what it comes down to. I mean, they started on fire for a reason, and it wasn't just by one person. They started on fire because it was a collective group of great football being played. How we got to 4 and 5, it's irrelevant. But here moving forward, it's just all about accountability and performing. So the roster speaks for itself. We know what we have, and it's not about, trying to prove more than saying to yourself, like, man, I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down, and you can trust me and hold me accountable.
And one more thing real quick. DJ mentioned working out with you in Atlanta. How have you seen him grow and improve since 2019 when you were working with him at first?
Yeah, well, I've been following now.
Yeah.
I left him. He was Simba, and I wouldn't even say he Mufasa now, because that still belonged to me. But that was a joke, man. But yeah, when I left DJ, man, he was a young pup, man, and I just feel like for him, it's great that he's playing with that confidence, that he's feeling himself in a good way, and I want him to feel himself even more, because once he get it, once Robbie gets it, once I mean, we already know about C-Mac, but once those guys that, the reason why they're here, or the reason or their worth to this offense, they start getting it, we'll be fine.
Chris Jenkins, I'm a little disappointed I didn't make your list, but good to see you back nevertheless.
You a good guy, Chris. You a good guy. I'm just playing. Look, the other guys just be on the fence. You know how they have a way with words. We know that. So
hey, Cam, if you could.
I got to get them some vegetables or something, man, to get them back in good graces. So hopefully they don't have a way with words with this one.
Okay. Hey, Cam, if you could, in your Funky Fridays kind of way, walk me through that call that you got earlier this week with Matt Rule, what your emotions were like during that call. And I know you can't share everything, but any highlights that you can share in terms of things that those conversations to get you back here with the Carolina Panthers. Then I have a follow-up for
you. Sometimes when you look at the call ID growing up, because the kids don't necessarily have call ID now, but now they got call ID on the cell phone. I see Matthew Rule. Missed call. I said, what in the world? It's God. Hey, it's me. Are you playing?
So you missed the first call?
Yeah. But I was, I'm a dad, man, tapping in, doing the responsibilities, holding myself accountable. And then also in November, man, I've been fasting too. So, making sure that detoxifying myself from my cellular device can be a distraction. So a little bit of all those things. And once I seen it, it was like, hold up, somebody playing with me. And when we talked, it was very exhilarating to just hear his voice. And I'm in a position now, man, that it could easily just be about Cam, like da 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 da. I don't. This not that type of vibe, man. I'm happy to be here. I want everybody to know that I'm happy, but bruh, it's time to win. We got a big game coming up, and as far as that goes, it's a must win. So that's where all energy is. I mean, I know you guys got a job to do. It's Friday. I'm not pretty sure how many people read the paper on Saturdays, but.
Well, then my follow-up, Cam, is that in New England, when you left there and weren't going to get the starting job, it was maybe a sense that you have too much of a personality to be second. Now, we have a pending Sam Darnold coming back. How would things be different here in Carolina and you not have to deal with that same situation?
All my energy is focused on trying to make this team better. We 4-5 right now. Got an opportunity on Sunday to become 1-0, as so many signs around here says and states. And that's pretty much what it's all about. Speaking on the past, it's irrelevant. Speaking on the future, it's irrelevant. And I'm just focusing on the present right now and trying to maximize that.
What were you doing when you saw that phone call? Were you playing ball with the kids or cooking dinner? What were you doing exactly?
It was Taco Tuesday.
You were making tacos or ordered tacos?
Nah, ordered tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Taco Tuesday, And I've been real heavy on them tacos. Not heavy, but not heavy as in eating a lot, but heavy and really looking forward to it. You feel me?
Yep.
So.
You had to put those on hold,
huh? Fortunately.
I was going to ask you, this is kind of a new scenario for you. I mean, you've always been with the team to start the year and have had time to prepare. I mean, you got new appreciation for quarterbacks that come in the middle of the season and how much work it takes to kind of cram and to catch up like you're having to do right now?
You just got to be a pro, and you got to be realistic with expectations, and that's why this conversation is so important for people to understand. When that time does come, people must realize, I must first realize, man, you got to be realistic. You haven't pushed your body to really take on the girth of what's going to be asked of you. Mentally, you're going to be like, man, I'm me. But physically, it's it is what it is. Hopefully, I've been, doing the right things, or the situation is what it is. But, I'll be ready. I pride myself on being ready and being realistic with what the expectation is and performing when that opportunity presents itself.
Cam, I'm curious. This year, there's been at least 7 teams that lost their starting quarterback for many games. Maybe a team or two reached out to you, but were you surprised that you were still a free agent up until a couple days ago? And I got to follow up after that. Thanks.
No, it's a lot of those questions. I know you guys have questions and concerns, but where I'm at right now, mentally, physically, spiritually, no energy in those on that specific question. It's just more or less trying to be the best version of myself for the Carolina Panthers during this season.
All right, guys, we're a little tight on time, so we'll get 3 more in. So we'll go to Colin Cole, followed by Steve in Toronto, and finish with Joe Person.
Thank you. Cam, what's up, man? This is Colin Cole, man. I don't know if you remember me, but I played with you back in the day.
Man, you cut your hair, man.
No. I'm still here. Still back there.
I see.
I'm still back there. But hey, man. Hey, so
what's going on?
I appreciate. Hey, I'm good, man. I hope you're doing well, and
impeccable.
I appreciate the opportunity. And so, hey, I'm talking to you from a different point of view. Back when I met you back in 2013, I was coming off of a similar situation, having not played for a bit of time. And so my question to you is, coming into that same type of situation, how do you approach this? Like, is this a situation where you feel like this is kind of make or break for you the rest of your career, or how do you feel about this situation for you moving forward?
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. It's so much gratitude. Not to say I ain't had gratitude before, but this time it hit different, you know. Yeah, so, bruh, I want to be present. I've said that talking to so many different people. I want to be so present that I even had opportunities to look at my phone. I don't want to look at my phone. That's kind of what I've been on here lately. But I just want to be there. I'm so excited to be back in Carolina and to be playing meaningful games, not just no one-day contract. Put your, you know how that go. So for me, it's like, man, God has granted me an opportunity that a lot of people don't even get. So I got to do right by it. So that means I have to prepare the right way. I can't assume. I can't just guesstimate because every opponent almost has the same energy. It's irrelevant, bro. We know who you are. We may fool with you. We may not. It's still about winning football games. And when you have an opportunity to win football games and it count, it's something special. So, yeah, this second go around, man, it's so much to be grateful for. But I think the preparation is going to be extremely key, being that I'm so far behind, and I don't want to take nothing for granted.
And speaking from my own experience, man, it's definitely a grateful opportunity.
Yeah.
Considering all things considered, and you are in a prime position to take full advantage of that, man.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
definitely see you around them hallways, brother, and good luck to you.
Appreciate you, man. Hope the family and kids are good, bro.
Same to you, brother.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
Names and faces in the locker room from the time you were last year, they've really changed. And I know that some guys are still there, like, DJ, Shaq, J.C. Carter, and all those guys. As you've gotten to know some of the new guys in the locker room yet, how have the nicknames been developing, or have you worked on them yet?
Don't worry, they coming. They brewing. I got one just off of, well, really two. Got Bruno Mars. Yeah, my God. Put your hands up in the moon. What y'all gonna do? He just dropped an album, by the way. Can't wait to listen. And then we got C-Mac Jr. And for people who don't know, it's just like, man, bro, that's lame. I'm like, you think it's lame until it catch. And when it catch, it's gonna catch like something. So
For what it's worth, I think they're cool as hell.
yeah, I mean it's dope. It's this team unity, and it's funny that when I seen Ian was like, bro, like you didn't call me Chief Keef. I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, see, you bought in. So I mean, it's so good to be back here, man. It's so good to have an opportunity again, and once this is over, conversation that is, it's back to work.
Cam, I'd be interested to hear more about the fasting and how are you just in terms of, are you at your playing weight at this point?
Oh, yeah. Fasting kind of stemmed from a church service that I attended at my home church in Atlanta by way of Holy Zion Center of Deliverance that my father is a preacher of. And in the month of October, and still speaking on the talking points of transition and how God can transition your life into your new beginning. So, which is crazy. Talking to Colin, it's a lot of gratitude here. He came from the book of Exodus. And if people knows the Bible, they know Exodus is about Moses. And one thing that God was, kind of trying to teach Moses through this transition was just have faith, trust me, trust in me. Everything that your heart's desire, everything that you need, I will give it to you. So I felt like in a lot of ways, while I had this off time, I felt like Moses. When you go to the desert, when you go in that place of isolation, it's just you. and God. It's just you and your circumstance. And it's not for you to question. It's not for you to be angry. It's not for you to just, it's just for you to just trust. And that's what I did. And I hope, you know, that this situation doesn't change me, because I'm in a good place, man. And not only a good place before this, I'm even in a better place now. You feel me? So, man, boy, if I was any better, boy, I'd be a twin. Like, I really feel that way because, man, I feel like I'm home. I know I'm home, but, you know, a person said to me yesterday, it was like, you know, happy to see you, Cam. Glad that you came back to us. And I'm like, man, I'm glad y'all came after me. You feel me? And I just want people to know, man, it's such, like, a lot of times your message can get kind of misconstrued with certain situations and stipulations. And I speak on this once, and the fact that this is the last question I can, and there's no follow-up questions. Was I in a predicament where I was human? Yeah. Did I feel a certain type of way? Absolutely. But I'm just happy that those decisions didn't go into this decision, right? And some of them did. And when you have these conversations with important powers that be, you know, this could be something special. But it's always going back to winning. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm here. It's not about, you know, this wasn't no apology. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, we did you wrong. Let's bring you back. And like, no, Because to be honest with you, it's like there was a version of myself, and even speaking on, you know, fasting. A lot of people look for the new year to be, you know, new year, new me. You know, New Year's resolutions or things like that. But for me, I had an epiphany, had a thought in my mind to say, I want to become the best version of myself going into this new year without even this opportunity. I felt like I was cheating myself. I was cheating my children. I was cheating my brothers. I was cheating my businesses. I was cheating my people who know me, my friends. I was cheating my business associates. And it wasn't that I was a bad person. It was just like I needed to implement structure constantly every single day and purge myself from anything that's keeping me from that. And that's all it was. So without further ado, I will say something that I've been wanting to say for a long time. Keep pounding.